Start with an opening statement.
Yeah, sure. First off, I want to give thanks and credit Hartford for making the trip out here. That's a place that I spent a good portion of my coaching career. Spent 8, 9 years there, and put a lot of kind of blood, sweat, and tears into that program, along with Dan Leibovitz and John Gallagher, and actually Tom Devitt, who's the interim head coach now. So, a lot of respect for what they're doing. They're in a tough spot, obviously transitioning from Division 1 down to Division 3. And I just respect the crap out of Tom and his staff and kind of how they go about their business. So I was pleased to get out of here with the win. I was worried a little bit after last night being such an emotional game. A lot went into getting that win last night. There was an electric atmosphere in here, and I was just worried about a little bit of a letdown tonight. And I thought our guys handled it just about as good as they could, with just the way that we started the game. And got up big and kind of coasted from there on out. But I think we're coming and gelling at the right time, as we head into West Coast Conference play. So I can't get. I'm looking really forward to getting back to work, after this little break that our guys deserve.
Coach, this might be a little bit off topic, but I don't know if you saw the USF student made the $1,000 half court shot today. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah. So, unfortunately, my wallet got a little lighter during the course of the game, but that was actually funny. We were sitting in a media timeout, and I had heard I had heard that they were about to do the half court shot, and if he made it, it was gonna be a check signed by me. And I saw the guys all perk up, and literally it felt like it was like 3 minutes the ball was in the air, and when it went in, I thought they were joking with the way that because I had my back to everything, and our players kind of went crazy on the bench there and started giving me a hard time. But shoot, I'll take it for 32-point win and the last 2 nights we had. That's a well worth $1,000 to whoever made the shot. So credit to him. And shoot, I just hope it doesn't happen every game.
And Coach, Isaiah's really been coming into his own 19 points last night, I think, in 20 tonight. What have you seen from him this year?
He's just grown up, and I think people tend to forget that, like, Isaiah hasn't played a lot of college basketball minutes, and he sat on the bench more than he's played. And to his credit, he's just kind of stayed with it. He's put a lot of extra work in behind the scenes. He has a great attitude. He's a great teammate. And it's so rewarding as a coach to just kind of see the progression and see him grow up and kind of help him along in that process. And the scary thing is, I think he can continue to develop and continue to get better. And he's so versatile to our team on both sides of the ball. I'm just really proud of him and happy to see what he's doing.
And maybe a little bit of a problem the last couple of games has been the defensive rebounding tonight. Maybe a little smaller team, but you only give up 2 offensive rebounds. What did you see from them?
Yeah, I mean, we challenged our guys after the UT Arlington game. Like, it wasn't good enough across the board, and we did a good job for a great portion of the game last night against a very big, athletic Arizona State team. Kind of got loose with it late in the game. But tonight, I don't care who you're playing, to hold them to, 2 offensive rebounds, and the team shot 36%. That's pretty good, and so we need to continue to build on it, especially heading into West Coast Conference play.
And you just mentioned it. This was the last non-conference game. What would have been your kind of overall thoughts on the non-conference stage?
I'm pleased. I thought 11-4, 2 quad one wins, against arguably top 25 teams in the net. I would take that. And we went through some growing pains. I think we learned a lot about our team in the non-conference portion of play, which that's what the non-conference is for. I think we've addressed some certain areas that we need to get better at, tweaked our lineups, tweaked our rotations, had more flow and more rhythm offensively, and I think we're getting better on the defensive end. So, there's still some things that we need to continue to address and get better at, because the league is good. And every game is a dogfight in the WCC. But I'm encouraged. I'm excited in terms of what this team can do kind of going forward.
You mentioned the emotion of last night. You came out early and Just what was that? Um,
Yeah, I think kind of just set the tone for the game, and we did that last night as well. So that, makes you feel good as a coach when you can get out to big leads early in the game and kind of, as we say, kind of punch first. I think we've done that the last two nights and learned how important that is for a team. So, I was worried a little bit before the game in terms of will we come out a little flat. And we tried to coach the guys up and provide a lot of energy as a staff. But our guys did a hell of a job in terms of policing themselves and making sure we were ready to go.
Zane wasn't able to go tonight, but Saba and Bova both had some big spurts. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think we're starting to learn, the value of having two 7-footers and what it means to put it down there to them. They can finish on ball screen rolls. They can score a little bit with their back to the basket. Vova's doing a really good job of getting to the free throw line and knocking his free throws down. So those two guys, very productive nights for the two of them, and we need that. We need that rim protection. We need that size in the middle as we head into non-conference play. Obviously, we want to get Zane back healthy, and we kind of sat him as a precaution tonight after, he gutted it out last night and gave us everything he had in that game. So just out of precaution, we sat him, and I think he'll be ready to go once we get back.
End of the game, a couple guys got in that usually don't get as many minutes. Jake Co scored his first collegiate basket, and obviously, he would like playing time as the season goes along, but let's talk about his effort as a bench player and a role guy.
Yeah, no, Bryce and Jake, like they're walk-ons, and they don't have to be here. They choose to be here, and they pay money to be here. And I love those guys. They're everyday guys. They're guys that that makes you feel so good as a coach when guys who are here every day and just kind of stay with it and are great teammates. Don't always get a ton of reps in practice. To see those guys be able to go into a game and not look scared and just kind of operate within how we play. Jake took a charge, which was awesome. He got his first college basket, and I'm just proud of those guys, and they deserve it. They deserve it. So it was really nice to see.
Fans have been supporting you guys the last week or two. What is the message to the community?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I want it to get even better. I think we have a really fun, exciting team, a team that loves each other, a team that plays the right way, and I think is a great example of what this building can be. Like last night, they were difference makers. Our fans were into that game. Our fans kind of were along with us. They helped the momentum in that game. And this is a special venue. This is a special building with a lot of tradition. So I'm hoping as we head into conference play here, this thing ramps up a little more, and we have the turnout like we had last night. That means a world to our team, and our players feed off that. So hoping we can get that and keep it consistent as we head into conference.
Ty, the last time I spoke to you was at the first game of the season. Can you maybe talk a little about the growth you've seen from the team throughout the course of the season?
Yeah, most definitely. I think, like I said in the beginning, it was going to take a while for us to gel. And I think, that's really shown itself in the way the season's gone so far. It's kind of been like up, down, up, down, up, down. When we're up, we're capable of beating anyone. But when we're down, as you see, like we lost to UT Arlington the other day. But the last two games, I think, were a good reflection of, who we are and who we're building ourselves to be. So.
In the last two games, you guys have held your opponents in check defensively, forced them to take bad shots. Can you talk about this team's defensive intensity?
Yeah, man. I just thought we've been competing harder on defense, sticking to the plan coach has given to us. And at the end of the day, it's just competing. I think our bigs are really stepping up in that department.
In your own role, kind of as a shot creator for this team, can you talk a little about how that's kind of changed over the course of the season and in your role as a leader as well?
Yeah, most definitely. I like to create my shot, but at the same time, I like to get other guys involved too. Toughest part for me would be adjusting when to do that with what guys are on the floor. But as the season has gone on, I feel like coach has helped me facilitate that a little bit better, and I think it's just flowing real good right now.
You had a big emotional win last night. How important was it to come out and pop them early?
Extremely important. Coach, before the game, he played a highlight tape of us throughout the season. He was like, I need those guys tonight. And I think it kind of just got us off to a right start just from the jump, and we came out and smacked them.
You obviously, talented yourself, Khalil. guys contributing off the bench. How deep is it in the backcourt?
Yeah, I mean, first thing I want to say is shout out Zay, man. That dude's a worker. He had 2 back-to-back career high nights. Yesterday he had 19, right? 19 against, top 25 team. Today he had 20. So that's just testament to, the work he puts in and day out. He's always in the gym. And he's just patient. And I'm just real proud of him. And, Marcus is coming along too. He's probably the best guy we have creating out of the pick and roll. He's going to be a real special player too. I'm just excited to play with those guys going into conference.
You mentioned kind of the roller coaster season. Have Coach CG, who's kind of level-headed, stays even keel. What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean it's dope to see the guy who's in the front seat to be able to, like you said, have a even keel temperament towards this whole thing, and just keep pushing. He always says we're gonna break through. Just keep hitting the wall. We're gonna break through, and that's just testament to the character of CG, who he is as a person, and it's just, I feel like it's trickling down throughout the team.
11-4 non-conference. What are your overall thoughts on?
2 quad 1 wins, we'll take it. We gave away a few games, but there's always more season to be played.
What's it going to take to finish
What we've been doing last 2 games, man. Just stay together, play together, take good shots, and guard.
Anything else?